Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Well, the system that gave us all the rain is now over central Idaho at this particular time, continuing to push off towards the east. So now we have just a lot of clouds. The precipitation that's showing up on radar right now is actually in clear air mode, so it's just picking up a lot of stuff in the air. But none of that is actually precipitation. There is precipitation up to the north from the leading edge of our next front, which will move into our region for tomorrow. But for tonight, we're looking at temperatures into the 30s and 40s. Could see some 20s out towards Lakeview, but other than that, it'll be a cool night, around 40 for Medford and Grants Pass. Maybe some light rain getting closer towards sunrise over towards Brookings. Forecast an overnight low of 45 degrees. For the kids heading off to school in the morning, it should be dry. It's going to be borderline in terms of the showers, where they're exactly going to be. They'll be along the Oregon coast, but they could miss the Rogue Valley for about the time kids are heading off to school. But when they're coming home, there's going to be showers in the region. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get wet. We're not looking at a whole lot of rain for the day for tomorrow. Now, there is going to be some wind out towards Lake County for the eastern half of Lake County for wind gusts upwards of 45 miles an hour from 11 o'clock tomorrow morning through 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. Forecast for tomorrow, 40s and 50s with a few showers possible and even a few thunderstorms even out towards Klamath Falls and Lakeview for tomorrow, but nothing really significant. Other than that, we're going to be looking at 50s west side, between about 54 and 57 degrees. So Stormcast showing that we're going to have clouds throughout the region for tonight. Here's our leading edge of our band of showers for early tomorrow morning along the coast. By the time they move inland throughout the mid and late morning, we'll start again seeing some showers in the region. They're going to have a hard time making it east the Cascades, but they'll eventually get there. We're just not going to see a whole lot of precipitation overall. Still looking at a little bit of some snow into the Cascades, but then showers decrease Monday night. Early on Tuesday, you might have a few remnant showers, but then we're going to start to dry on out. Now, how much rain are we going to be looking at over pretty much the next 12 to 24 hours? Not much, couple hundredths, and that's about it. Along the Oregon coast, maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch. In terms of snow, not much is going to make it east the Cascades, but into the actual Cascades. A couple inches possible for Lake of the Woods, but most of the snow will be up towards Crater Lake and Diamond Lake, anywhere between 4 to 12 inches for those locations. Now we're going to continue with the windy pattern that we had for today. We didn't have super strong gusts east of the Cascades today, but we're going to be looking at gusty winds for tomorrow. And then once we go into Tuesday as well. Now the wind's going to start to shift directions. Once we get towards Wednesday, the wind's going to shift more from the north and northeast, and it's also going to stay pretty windy along the Oregon coast. Now when we get towards Thursday, wind shifts yet again, but this time it's coming from the east towards the west, so the complete opposite of where it's coming from today. That's pretty indicative of an offshore flow, and that's also very indicative of warmer temperatures to come, especially for this time of year. So we're going to continue with the cool northwesterly flow for the next couple of days, keeping those showers in the area, and then high pressure really builds on in. In fact, we're going to be looking at pretty much the first taste of summer by the end of this week. We're not looking at record heat at this particular time, but we're going to definitely be looking at very warm temperatures, well above temperatures, 10 to 20 degrees above where we should be. By the time we get towards the end of next weekend, it weakens and we start to cool off a little bit. So the forecast for the Oregon coast, 50s for tomorrow, 60s on Tuesday, and then we'll be looking at, well, probably the warmest day, at least for Brookings, would be on Thursday with the Chetco effect, and then a slow cooling after that. For Northern California, 50s to start off the week, and then by the time we get to the end of the week, we'll be looking at 80s, but a lot of sunshine each and every day. For the Klamath Basin, same kind of scenario, some 50s for the next couple of days, but cold overnight lows still into the upper 20s and 30s, but much warmer by the end of the week. And for the Cascades, we'll see a little bit of some snow, but then we're going to see a lot of that snow melting with the warmer temperatures heading our way. Rogue Valley, upper 50s for the next couple of days, 60s on Wednesday. Then we're going to start a string of 80s beginning on Thursday.